Well, look at that. We're starting just on time. No more like 7-second delay for us.
Did someone get some new internet for Christmas?
No, it's working now. Although I don't like that my laptop here just said restart required. Not liking that at all.
You're gonna get a countdown.
Maybe we'll get a new one for Christmas. We'll talk about some Christmas stuff later on. Maybe you know what I was thinking here. If the person, so I'm nervous now. This keeps coming up. But maybe if we can get 15 people watching, how about that? I will give something away on the show. Well, that's yeah. So we'll give I will give something away on the show that Donnie will be able to pick who will win it. I won't say what it is now. We're up to 5 already. Like I just say that, and all of a sudden people just appear. But so Donnie, we've been off for a couple weeks. I had the cornhole cough after the conference because that's just what you get after a big tournament. People, if you're not feeling well, don't go to the event. Because then, this is the first time I get the cornhole cough. I didn't get COVID this time. First time in a long time that I did not get the C word after a cornhole tournament.
Yeah, can you say that word in Canada? Because we can't say it much down here.
Well, I didn't get it, so I'll say it.
No, but you get shadow banned even if you use the word down here. So
yeah, but yeah, it was fun weekend at the conference. There, we got to talk live. The new cameras. I got the thumbs up from the boss down in Rock Hill. Said it looked a lot better than what you had before, and I'm like, thanks. I'll take 3 more cameras.
Yeah, write me a check.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. Got to see some new players come on the scene. Well, not really new on the scene, and they're not really new, but it's just there was. Yeah, I guess there was some new players, but still, a lot of younger guys, a lot of guys that were throwing really well, which is great to see up here.
And listen, like we said before, there's a lot of Canadians up and coming. I mean, your conference is pretty spread out up there, stretching from, the coast of Newfoundland all the way out to whatever that is on the other side.
Well, that's not the conference.
Oh, is that the whole country?
That's a country. That's not a conference.
Yeah. I told you I suck at geography.
We are the Ontario Conference for here. I believe we could be going back. Well, we could be going to the way that has already been announced for the States for next year. That the conference is.
We're going to talk more about that because that's complete horseshit.
Well, but
I mean, there's going to be some states down here that are going to be a friggin' gauntlet.
Yeah. For inside baseball up here, for lack of a better term, that was the plan for Canada to go each province be its own conference, right? Which we've already separated the Central Conference, which was last year, with the Ontario and then Quebec Conference this year. So I know some people that were unsure of, ACL Quebec. Well, they're not onto themselves. They are the ACL Canada Quebec Conference, right? Just like we are the ACL Canada Ontario Conference, not the full Canada Conference, which I blame the ACL for that because they still have in their standings is the Canada Conference, which I think that could get some people a little.
Doug, you just hit 17.
We got 20.
Whoa! Oh, it is.
And with 20 people, we talked a bit about something off here. You had said, "Well, how are you having a lot of hair?" Which reminded me of a post I made last week, a little bit of a throwback to a former thing you were involved with before. Right? There was that tournament that I was not involved in.
Yeah, listen, I didn't do the invites, but you weren't invited to the podcast playoff. Well, others weren't invited either, Doug, because people that were single, like Meacham was very upset about it too,
Yep.
that he wasn't really invited. But he was only a one-man band.
No, it is not a do-rag, John Clark. It is a hat. It is a hat. I'm not there. But with it being Christmas and Michelle Hunter, you're sending me a message. I can see your Facebook message. See right here. You said there was a lot of great players that weekend. But yeah, a little bit so with being Christmas, we don't have snow up here. We don't.
But
so
do we have a Canadian snowdrift?
We may just have. There's not. We have to zoom in because there's not a lot there.
There is not a lot, but it is a
not
beautiful
a lot
Canadian snowdrift. Look at that.
No, it's a small one, but we have one there.
It's a dusting.
It's a light dusting. Yeah, I came in. I still got to figure out how to work these cameras. But yeah. But yeah, so I went with a little light dusting up there. But I think everyone in the world heard that, Derek, that Sean beat you, which I don't know. I'm not sure I'll be posting that on the internet. That Sean Sabian beat Derek Barrett.
Wow. There's been some great games up there lately. I mean,
there has been.
Just looking at everything that's going on up there, I mean, these Canadian boys are they're getting pretty good. But I may have one more announcement very soon about maybe a special partner I might be bringing up to Drummondville.
Oh, I think I may know who that is.
Yeah,
and I know they do serve Twisted Tea in Drummondville.
Do they? All right.
They do.
Look at that.
So if that will help that person come along, they serve Twisted Tea in Drummondville.
Do they sell buckets?
You could probably buy a bucket and put them in a bucket. Seeing that we got Symmetry as well in the chat from YouTube, who's from the music side of things here. Trev, how's it going from the left coast? It's very early for him tonight. So he's in BC.
Yeah, that's the other side, right?
That's the other side. Yep.
That's above what? Washington, pretty much for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's
cool. So I'm trying to think of what else we got. We got Niagara coming up. I'm still waiting on
end of January.
End of January, yep. Still waiting on my real job to say if I have the time off or not. I'm hoping that they do say that because I would kind of like to be there. But I will be in Drummondville. So I will be there.
Drummondville is definitely a go for me and Doug. We've already got that confirmed. I will not be in Niagara because it's the week before. I will be in Iowa at the Triple Crown. So I'll be going live from Triple Crown all weekend, hanging out with my friends and sponsors. Look at this. You want to see what I got today? Look at this. Ready? Dougie, I got some beautiful coasters. Look at that. Little West Georgia cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
And a little.
I thought you were going to talk about those bags that you. Would it be a booby prize that you got those bags for?
Oh, the bags I won at that tournament. Oh,
would that be a loserly prize?
Well, I did text LT Ward and said I got some bags with some stains on them. Because I did. We ran an amazing tournament up here to help out Bruce, who was the owner of Wicked Cornhole, and we ran a really cool charity tournament up here to raise some money for him to pay, off some of the hospital bills and stuff like that. Because healthcare is not cheap in the U.S. So, there was a whole different bunch of raffle prizes. They had like 3 different levels of raffle prizes. It was awesome. It was great to see the community get together. And I did win a set of big asp bags. And I won a bottle of was it? I don't know. What is it? It was bourbon. It was some bourbon with a little horsey on it, and like somebody else wanted it, so it was a $60 bottle. I sold her for $1.50. I'm just like, yeah, if you want it, it's $150. So they gave me $150. So the only thing is, I think my wife might have rolled me when I got home because I was a little unsober. Because when I checked my wallet the next day, the 150 wasn't there, so she might have taken it. I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe, who knows? You know, hey, it happens.
oh, Derek Barrett's going to have Titan bags in Drummondville.
Yeah, well, he might. He might actually maybe get a custom set in Drummondville. You never know.
Oh,
We never know. You know, there might be people might be talking in the background, so stay tuned for that.
yeah. There's starting to be a lot of Titan bags being thrown.
Well, but here's the
up here.
thing, though. If anybody from customs is listening, when I drive through the border, just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Just let me drive through. I will not have any illegal contraband coming with me.
And don't be like the customs agents in Australia.
Who cuts bags?
Because Tony Smith had a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, they threw his bags away?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. For me or you, that would suck.
Yeah.
All Tony has to do is send a text message and he has a whole new set of bags.
Well, wasn't Hennessy with him as well?
I don't know if Mike made it. There was some stuff at the end where I think Mike might have had some family stuff come up. I don't know if he made it. I know that him and Mark were definitely there. I just don't know if I know Hennessy was trying to figure stuff out at the last minute because when we were in Utica, Tony was on the phone with Hennessy as we were live. I'm like, do you want me to mute your mic, buddy? I mean, seriously. But no, yeah. So that sounded like a lot of fun, but I think just getting there and back was a little tough.
Yeah.
Especially where a lot of them went, kind of there and came back and didn't kind of extend just because it was pretty close to some other stuff. But yeah, Kyle Hill, it is Titan all day. Titan bags all day. It's an amazing company. As you can see, I got my little banner behind me right here. But I love my Titans. I just got my Talon 2.0s in the mail, Doug.
Well, isn't it also someone's birthday today as well?
It is the man, the myth, the legend.
Not Bruce.
Not Bruce. No. The man who did not invent cornhole, but made it so much better. Brandon Grieber, the owner of West Georgia Cornhole / Titan Bags, turned 40 today.
Wow.
He joined the Big 4-0 club. So it's really great to have him join, the No More 30 club. Except, I'm already in the 50s club, so it doesn't matter to me.
That's same here. That's why I've retired. Well, I'm waiting. Even some of our people that are in the 55 division here are tough. So I may just stay retired.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm just going to make a only 55 division, and if anybody 56 or older, they can't play against me. If you got an over a 7 PPR, you can't play against me.
Then I'm out. And don't talk about looking for PPR because like everything broke loose the other day when an update for the app came out and people couldn't see their PPRs for a couple hours. And
dear God,
the world ended.
Doug, I can't believe the ACL had the audacity to change the way my membership was a month after the season started. Really? Seriously, you took away my stats? What's going on here? I got to see my 7.2 PPR with my 32 bags off the back. I mean, sometimes you might want to just send a little message that says, hey, is the app broken or did something change? Like, where's the positive intent out there?
Thankfully for me here, I looked and you can see my stats for one there. My stats for 22-23 disappeared the other day. I didn't have them. But they're back now. So that's
my problem is My problem is I have no 24 stats because I have not played it in a tournament yet at all.
My only thing that I like with these here stats, the advanced stats now that I can see is that in 21-22, my PPR was a big 4.87.
Ooh.
I was being crushed. I wasn't crushing it. I was being crushed. Then a 5.51. Now I'm up to a 5.57. So I am by what? 2042, I should be up in the sevens.
Yeah. Well, but here's the biggest thing. I know, listen, one of my sponsors, Scoreholio's, had some issues over the last couple of weeks with some software stuff because Google did an update and then we needed more server space and some other stuff like that. And the ACL's had some issues with it too. Here's the thing. And I work for a small fruit company that might do software stuff too. But anytime you're dealing with software and stuff like that, one decimal point gets moved, one thing doesn't get pushed out. It's going to change, it could change the whole look and feel of all that, right? You have an outage somewhere. It's going to, stop stuff from going through. These companies are doing what they can to kind of, keep everything moving forward and give you as much information as you can and kind of value and bang for your buck. One company does it better. It might rhyme with more Holio, but there is more of a value because you get to see more and you get to do more with it. But anything software related is tough because it just depends on how it's going to go in and how people understand what's happening. Hey, look at Jeff Radcliffe's here. Hold on, ready? I want to show you something right here. Ready? Look at this right here. Look at this shirt I'm wearing today. That is a beautiful shirt right there. Jeff, what do you think? Comment in the chat below.
But no, it's just like people just freak out for like little things now.
Well, but the thing is too, though, the other thing too is people love to, and one of the guys that I talk to all the time, Zach up here, he calls it vague booking. I think John's even called me out for that, for vague booking, because sometimes, I love putting those little things out there that kind of starts to needle people and just like leave some details out to make people just start commenting. And it's, it's all about, getting information out there sometimes. And sometimes people only read what they want to see, not the true definition of what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And it's
well, it's
as for me, stats really don't matter. It's you can have like from my one big thing is if you have a higher PPR means you're not playing a dirty game. If you're playing a dirty game, your PPR is not going to be that high.
Well, there's only one stat that matters, I think, on any page.
And it's the DPR.
No. It's the win-loss column.
Well, that. But after that, I'm thinking, for me, a DPR is even better because
that would be the second most valid stat on the page. But too many people are worried about winning or not. About that my PPR is so big. I need it. I got to do this. But then it causes people to just go crazy over it. And, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But, hey, we're here to bring Christmas cheer to the people, Doug.
We are. And we tried to get the guy in the red suit, but I didn't know anyone who had a red suit.
Well, Doug,
Mr. Tim Sanchi. That's a guy who I love having him on any live feed because he can make any shot at any time.
James Forbes says, just win. Just win. That's all you got to do. Just win. Listen, I don't win at cornhole a lot because I'm winning at life. That's I'm going to stick with that excuse for a long time until I'm much better at cornhole.
I'm just sticking to that because I don't think I'll ever be. Like I said, it's going to take until 2042 for me to get in the 7 PPRs. So.
But Doug, we did come up with something to talk about tonight.
We did.
Let's jump into that because then we can have the people comment in the post over here to see who thinks did better with their Christmas wishes.
Yeah.
And it won't affect my vote for the gift.
Yeah. No, we did come up with a couple things what we would give to players, some players, which we think could help them out at Christmas or a nice gift, a nice Christmas gift for them to help them with their cornhole. So as the guest, I will let you do the first one.
So I'll go first. My first Christmas gift that I want Santa to deliver this year is for Jimmy Humans. Give him a little muscle milk because, it's hard to keep those arms that big.
True. And I'm waiting that because he was challenged last year in St. John's. So if we go back to the the Remax Center there this year, Bobby Spheri has challenged him if he shows up to play a little cornhole with curling rocks. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. I don't know. That whole ice thing, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, not really on not curling. It's to throw a curling rock like a cornhole bag.
Oh, wait, wouldn't that break the ground?
Well, it could.
I mean,
Jimmy's got the arm for it.
How many stone is that?
It's a lot.
And those things are pretty damn expensive.
Yes. So my first one is for a player who maybe not a lot of people know. A lot of people in Ontario here would know her. Being the Kylie Pohl, the wife of Steve Pohl here, I would be giving her. I know she'd want to go, so I'll give her one ticket to go and see Darius Rucker in concert because if anyone knows, if you play Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker, she cannot hit the board, and I have a better chance of beating her. So I know that she loses it most of the time when I have her on the because when I'm playing her, I'll actually just have that on my phone playing in the background, and she is not a big fan of that. And Michelle, it's okay. I can run fast. I might be fat, but I can run fast.
Well, I think he's touring this summer too. I think he's hitting the road.
Maybe we can have him at a cornhole event.
Listen, I heard he might be doing some of his country stuff and some Hootie stuff. So might happen. Maybe
yes.
we get him up to Canada.
We could.
We could. All right, my next person. This one's a little more inside baseball. It's a joke with Jeremiah Ellis, and I'll explain it. So Jeremiah Ellis, I want to get him a new camper. Because when I went down to Local Living the first time, he brought his entire family with him, and they stayed in a tent. And he forgot the rain fly on the tent, and it rained. So the entire family got wet. They were not happy with him, and he had to go home early. So I'm going to get Jeremiah Ellis a camper. That way, all he can do is forget to close the little domes on top and maybe just get a little bit of water inside the camper.
Sounds good. My next one is for a guy who him and I have started to talk a lot more, and it's been great. And it could, not saying there could be a collaboration in the future, but there could be. There's been talk. Would be my good friend Brandon Brown. Give him a nice 6-pack to help him along with the tournament. He threw pretty well last tournament there. And I think he's ready to kind of break out here at the next Open or the next conference event. So giving him one, just a little 6-pack, just to kind of to help him along because I think we're going to be seeing a lot of good stuff from him this year.
The donkey.
The donkey.
Donkey. All right. My next one is for a person. He's okay at cornhole. He's okay. I mean, he only might be considered the guy that's won everything and might have won like a robe and a crown and some other stuff. Matt Guy, I want to give him from Santa a guest spot on the Journey Def Leppard tour. Because if anybody's ever seen Matt Guy, he's all about the karaoke's. So maybe he gets to announce them for, one whole leg of the stadium tours.
Well, I totally thought, was it last year he was kind of making a big announcement that I thought that he was going to be taking over for Axl Rose for the Guns N' Roses tour. I thought because,
well,
if anyone watched that karaoke thing that Matt did a couple of years ago on Facebook where he was taking requests, I think he's ready for it.
Well, if you look, he did make a cornhole song.
Yes.
And there's a very beautiful human in that video. I just got to say, there's a really great guy in there that, might make a cameo appearance in the video because he's so damn handsome. You couldn't keep him out. All right, who you got next, Doug? You know who it is, Doug. You saw me. I mean, you saw that guy.
Next one, I'm going to go with guy who's probably watching, guy who could be showing up as a mummer here pretty soon here. We never know. That would be for Mr. Dion Kuza. Great guy, nice guy. But I think give him a free pass, a free day pass down to a venue maybe where the sun may go down over on Lundy's Lane in Niagara when he goes there. Christiana, you can't go there. But yeah, have him go there for a while just so that other people can have a chance at being the top Canadian at an open in Canada, because there's been 3 opens in Canada. He's been the top Canadian each one. Give him the wrong directions to the venue so somebody else can win, because I know he likes to give, and that would be the perfect gift to give him and the rest of the cornhole world in Canada here, at least.
Well, Doug, I did clean out my dad's office, and I think I might have a TomTom from like 1992. So we can hook that up in his car. Maybe it turns him like left, right. I don't know. Maybe it sends him into a small puddle. I don't want him to go into any major water.
Yeah. But, if he headed to that place where the sun goes down on Lundy's Lane, he'd be in a lot of hot water. I'll tell you that.
Okay, well that doesn't get frozen in Canada, so that'd be good.
It's the folk dancing venue there.
Do you have to kiss the fish?
No. Yeah. I'm not going there. I could. I'm not going there. I could.
All right. My next one is for someone that's on a tear down here in the U.S. He's got some beautiful hair, and he was just down under. Tony Smith with a Hot Hands sponsorship. Now, everybody from Canada, you know what Hot Hands is. They make you, those little packets that you shake up because, 1, Tony's throwing fire right now. 2, when we were in Utica, we played on ice. It wasn't really, it was, listen, Doug, you do this. Like, does your rink have like little turf that you put over the ice for people to walk on it and do other events?
The old facility I worked at did. Yeah, we put down a layer of recycled cardboard, then some plywood, and then
No, this thing just had it was like a rubber mat with turf on top of it, and that was going to block out the cold. I almost lost the knee. I was frozen. Jesus, I had to run to my car and get Tony Hot Hands just so we could throw bags. It was that cold. Stop playing on. If you listen, the only thing that should be played on ice is curling and hockey. Other than that, stop the insanity. Oh, look, the man, the myth, the legend from Triple Crown, Mark Kruger, is in the chat.
Well, if Bruce was here, we could say
Jeff
we
said
could
yes,
say
but it's for sale.
with Mark here, we could ask him: is he in Iowa or South Dakota, or is it?
I believe Mark is in. I want to say
Well, because we know we've had the argument on here before of Bruce is unsure where he was going for
yeah.
Triple Crown.
No, Triple Crown's going to be in Iowa, but I believe Mark. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I believe Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. There you go in the chat. Yes, I was going to say he doesn't live there. He drove there. He doesn't live there. And here's the thing. Mark can tell you this. When you're talking to Bruce, sometimes love him to death, but he twists it all in his head.
Well, say he gets confused by going all through those like 30 rooms in his house.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jeff Radcliffe, it was an amazing venue. It was an awesome venue to play in at the Utica Sports Center there. It was awesome to play. I was just a little chilly. Next time, I'm not wearing the Crocs. I'm going to maybe bring some boots or something, you know? I turned 50, bought Crocs, and I got cold.
Well, my last one is one that the offer has been put out to this gentleman a few times, and he keeps saying, whenever I see him, he keeps saying, we got to do it. Let's set up a time. And we still haven't been able to connect. And that is for the commish to come on and talk on the Down and Back.
Who?
Yes.
Who?
That guy.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about.
This guy. Well, you got to talk with him on a live feed once when you were here. Maybe I can finally win a challenge, and I'll challenge him to Golden Tee.
Yeah, listen, here's the thing. I'm semi on the in with them, but coming soon, I might be back on the outs because when January comes, I might be back to persona non grata.
Okay.
Well, it happens. All right, so
as long as you're better by February when you come up for the Open up here, then.
Listen, I'll always be in and out. It's just, like, listen, I'm always going to be one of those people that just gets under his skin.
Oh, I was actually going to say that you were more of a Richard, going in and out, in and out.
No, it doesn't happen. I'm married with 2 kids. Doesn't happen. All right, so my last pick, and I did have to go up to the Great White North for this last pick. And it's someone that has become a really close friend in the last, couple months since we've been doing a lot of this stuff, Doug. And that is my new best friend in the whole wide world, Derek Barrett. Derek, listen, I know sometimes you get trapped in crappy, airports. So my wish to be delivered to Derek is a new G650. And you get to customize it however you want. That's an amazing plane. I believe it can seat 7 or maybe a little more, depending on how you get it configured. And I believe it only starts at about like $40 million. No big deal. But I'm going to get you that so that, you can get back and forth and, play all the cornhole you want.
I don't think he's getting that.
Hey,
he's probably asleep. It's 12:30 in Newfoundland right now.
Is he in Newfoundland or is he out like saving the world?
I'm not sure. I think. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not sure. Maybe Andrew Spencer would like him to fly in that plane the next time they have a conference, because
he's in bed.
But I'm guessing they're still playing because it's only 12:30. They don't get done any of their stuff until like 1 a.m. So I'm guessing they are still playing at their party that they're having.
So where's Sean? Is Sean on East Coast, West Coast?
East Coast.
East Coast. Okay, so he's Newfoundland, right?
Yeah. So he is the conference director in Newfoundland.
Oh, okay.
Well, wait. His name is there, but Amber does all the work. Amber Rogers does all the work. Which is, I think that's why Todd, when they won the award for International Director of the Year for the 3rd time in a row, that Todd did say Amber this time because he got to see that she does. Sean he likes to try and be eye candy, but he's like candy corn.
Listen, he's like me. Listen, you just got to be the beautiful face of what it is. You don't have to be the person doing everything. You just got to be that beautiful face.
Well, actually, you know what? Thinking of Sean now, I'm just kind of thinking that for a Christmas gift for him and Dave Mayo, I think a perfect gift for them would be a night out on George Street with a certain millionaire who may have gotten an award during the last Open in St. John. So they got a little close with a millionaire, and they had some fun. May have involved a phone call from the police the next morning, but we won't go into that. That's all we'll say.
That's
But
all
yes.
inside cornhole.
Yes, that's and but we can blame Jamie Cowan for starting that and then heading to the bathroom. But
Well, listen, this has been a big year for Canadian cornhole.
It has.
Honestly, let's just say, I mean, this year has really helped Canadian cornhole really kind of explode more onto the scene. We look back to 2022, we had 4 or 5 pros that were kind of on the international scene.
We had about 8, but we only had about like 5 that really were kind of really into it. Right? So, some other ones that were on the fringe. There was some that I may have gotten trouble for calling them out and then been proven right. But yeah, it's
But you look at the people that were really traveling and doing a lot
Yeah.
last year, right? You
Yeah.
had Tracy.
Yep.
You
Yep.
had Bernie.
Yep.
You had the donkey.
Yep.
You had Dion.
Yep.
And there was
And Jamie Cowan was doing
Jamie who? No, but those 5 really were the ones.
And actually Chris Tremblay did a lot of traveling as well. Partnering up with Jamie in that and so it's
What,
so it's
carrying Jamie?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, Chris is a big guy, so he can handle it.
I'm saying on the boards.
Yep. But no, and this year, I know there was there's so many more people that are just ready to go and then kind of spread their wings out. Well, and we can't forget Connor Weiss, doing with his that he was doing last year as well.
Yeah, because he was with Ryan last year, right?
With Ryan Tucker last year. Yep.
Yeah, Ryan Tucker from local, because they drew local, right?
Yes, they did. Yep.
They drew. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And then Connor just had a fantastic tournament down in Australia. He kept running into those 2 lucky guys.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but honestly, I love that cornhole's exploding in Canada because, for me, it's not that far away, and I get to hang out with some of the greatest people in the world. I mean, listen, I did when we were talking with Derek, I think it was a month ago. I was like Google mapping, like what would my drive be, and it was like a full 24 hours because I had to come all the way around.
Yep.
Because it did not give me directions to take any ferries or anything like that, because I don't think the Google's really does great with that unless you tell it to, but I don't know how to do any of that. Flying there for me is pretty quick. And I think it's pretty quick for you too, right? It's only like an up and down, right? It's what, like under 2?
For me to go from where I'm at to Newfoundland?
Yeah.
No, we're looking about 4 hours.
Is it 4 hours? Well, is that because I keep forgetting you don't lose time either. I keep forgetting you're on the same time zone as us.
Yeah, I'm on the same time as you, but an hour and a half.
Oh, are they
back?
Oh, are they further from
They're
me?
ahead.
Oh, they're ahead. Oh, that's why I get screwed up because I keep forgetting. Like, like when I look at a map, they look right above me. Because the world started in Boston.
Unlike what was it in Australia? They were like,
we
it
lost.
was almost like a day changeover.
You muted.
Did I mute? I'm still here.
Oh, I hit the button on my own thing. I can't. I was listening to myself.
It didn't restart already. There was nothing come up for a restart.
No, Sean, I will be coming to Newfoundland. Me and Doug are trying to figure out. We've been talking with Derek a lot, trying to figure out when we can get there to all kind of come and hang out, even if it's not an open or anything else like that. We just want to come up and have a great time.
Yeah, we just won't be in George Street with Sean and Dave. That's all.
Well, no, we will, but we'll have our own security escort, so we don't have to.
Yes. Yeah. So we're coming up on like we've been a steady over 20 viewers here this whole time, which is probably one of our best things. I'm thinking because there's so many people that are like wrapping presents and they got nothing else to do at 10 after 11 or later or earlier on a Saturday night.
Look at that, Doug. I don't even have to get a hotel when I go to Newfoundland. I'm going to Derek's house.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're sleeping, but
yeah, I can find a place. So it's okay. So it's John Clark watching on 4 devices. That's...
Listen, that's how we get our numbers up.
Yeah, it's. I would like to say I have my like 8 devices here, and it's just us watching. It's
Derek says it's a king bed, so he can share it.
I think you've already done that with another podcast person, and it didn't end well.
That was on accident.
That was a morning find.
Yes, that was when you wake up and your left arm is like immobilized, and you're like, "What the hell happened last night?" And you see your podcast partner's head in the crook of your elbow, and you're like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I thought this was my bed.
Yes. And they will even teach you how to actually say Newfoundland right.
What? No, what? Like,
there's a few letters that are silent. Just saying.
All right, listen, I'll figure it out when I get there. But guess what? I don't speak proper English.
Neither do they, so it's okay. I can say that because that's my family.
I think I know I didn't have family that came through there. I think I had some ancestors that came through Nova Scotia. I don't think they went through Newfoundland. But, as I said, I'm trying to detangle the paperwork for my dad, because my grandfather had like 3 different birth certificates. So I'm like, what the fuck is our last name? So it's a lot of fun.
That would be 3 different Scorholio accounts you could have, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not like some of the people around me.
You can really sandbag with those.
Listen, I don't need to sandbag. I already suck badly.
Yeah. So as I was saying, have something to give. It's Christmas. We'll do a giveaway. I know, Derek, there's still one more giveaway I have to do, and that'll be coming. But for tonight, we will give something away, and Donnie will pick who's going to do it, because I have some stuff here. I've got some regulators here, so we'll give a cornhole regulator away.
Regulators, right. Mount up.
It even comes with the warning. Always walk back the string. Don't just let it sling by itself.
Well, you should never, just let go of your string.
No, never let go of your string, because it retracts pretty quick, even in the heat. Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
See, these are my friends, Doug. This is what I get living in Boston.
Yeah.
What's up, Loungy? How you doing, baby? All right, so how do you want to do this, Doug? What do you think?
I'm going to make it your choice.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I have my phone right here beside me. It's right over there. Okay. I'm going to just spin the chat really quick. And
okay.
I'm just going to point to the screen. I'm going to scroll up and down a couple times. point to the screen, and that will be the person that wins. All right. I'm gonna look this way because my phone is. Wait, no, my phone's over there because I got to remember it's mirrored.
Yes, yeah, I have that issue all the time.
Yeah, I suck at this. All right, ready? Jay Forbes.
Okay. The For a Joke cornhole. I was just with him the other weekend. Put on a great event.
Oh yeah, that was the one in your background. They had
Yes.
a banner right behind your camera.
No.
No, it was on the back wall.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the back
Yes.
wall.
Yeah. Former, not many people know, former pro wrestler.
Really?
Yes.
Was he a jobber?
I don't know. The For a Joke guys they're all pretty great guys. They
Not
for
asking
their
about-
leagues.
I'm not asking about his cornhole. I'm asking about wrestling.
I just know he was a former pro wrestler. Right? Nick, see, For a Joke guys. There's like 8 of them. So we've had Tim Sanchi, Kyle Hill, Nick Cassidy is now in the thing. He says he's still a jobber,
I love it.
but and Tim's they're just gonna pile on now because that's just what they do, because that's those guys, they are always fun.
Listen, those are my kind of people.
They are. It's just
Listen.
It's
If you can't shit on your friends, who can you shit on?
no, exactly. Which we had talked about giving a clipboard to a certain friend, a new one.
Listen, here's the thing, friends. If you want to listen to some Snooze Fest content, there is a podcast out there.
Okay.
I'm not going to say who it is, but it rhymes with asp.
Oh. I thought you were going to talk about feet. Yeah. Yeah, those, and Kyle talks about like the For a Joke guys, when they travel well. Like they'll go in their pack of people, and it's great because there's TJ, Kyle, James, Corey, Tim's part of that there, Biggs, Nick Cassidy. There's about like 8 or 9 of them now that are all part of, like 10. There's 10 of them that are part of For a Joke cornhole that run it, and they just do everything as a team, and all of their events are like well attended and top notch. So if you're in Ontario, or you're even in the yes, there's Asher, Brian, and Courtney.
All right, so
if you're in, they've even had some people from Michigan start to come over to go to their regionals.
So Mike Lounge, a jobber, is somebody who just is basically there as fodder. They get beat up all the time. They don't win. They're just somebody that goes against somebody that needs they're a mid-carder, not a main eventer.
Yeah.
It's an
or they will go against the main event guy at a small card.
Yes. They'll go against the main event guy just for some workout in the midweek, just to keep them ready for the big matches. Oh, call him. Okay. Lounge has been drinking tonight.
But no, it's fun. So yeah, so I'll get this off to James, and next time I see him. But we'll trying to think. Well, yeah, our next weekend is just a little before New Year's.
Derek, you don't have a Quebec partner yet. We got to figure that out for you.
Donnie was talking about his own personal Quebec partner.
I have a potential Quebec partner in the works for me. We're still in contract negotiations. He's tough. He wants at least 6 twisted T's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if he's listening, there is twisted T there.
But we're still working on all that. We're trying to figure it out. But even if I don't play in Drummondville, I will be in Drummondville. So I will be coming up to hang out. Me and Doug have already talked about it. We're going to hang out. We may do some recording up there to be able to put out on Doug's show. But we will be up there and we'll be doing some audio and video stuff just so that we can make some content and have a lot of fun. Because for Doug, for you, drive or fly?
I don't know. I was actually talking with the Four Joke guys about this, and they were even talking about train.
Really?
Taking a train there. Just because the highway going from in Ontario to Quebec, not really reliable. Sometimes a lot of construction, which then makes you have to go down into Vermont, which really want to go there.
Well, but do you have to use your passport for like the 7 seconds there in Vermont, or?
Probably, yes.
You might have to get stopped, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can still cross an international.
Because I remember when I was younger being on a train going to Nova Scotia with my father. We had to go through customs for like those couple minutes.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I am not going to Myrtle Beach this weekend. I am home. I have to work on my day job because we're in the middle of the holiday season, so I have to sell lots of fruit. But I am picking it back up. January, as I said, is Triple Crown. February is Drummondville. Don't know of anything in March right now. April, nothing. Yeah. Oh, April is another Triple Crown event. And then
I think I may have something in April. I'm not sure yet. I haven't been told of anything yet.
Yeah, and
I've
then
heard rumors.
There's rumors happening in the Canadians.
Yeah.
And then in May, it is Bag and Bash 3 or 3? Yeah, 4. I don't know. Bag and Bash 2024. I can't keep the number straight, but Bag and Bash 2024.
I may be in that area, just not as deep in the south.
Well, Dougie, if you're down in that area, I am working on a plan with the missus to potentially buy the Voicemobile.
Okay, yes.
So the Voicemobile right now, I've got 3 or 4 different options out there to get an RV that sleeps anywhere from 5 to 10. I just got to figure out the finances first. You know, so if anybody wants to sponsor me, Tim Hortons, anybody else wants to give me some cash, just let me know.
Well, because I'm thinking last year when you went down there for that, you made a stop. Not far from where I was at.
Yes, well, and that was
and I didn't get an invite.
Well, that was an impromptu stop because we thought we were going to drive straight through because we thought we were just going to get to West Georgia and we were going to stop and start just relax for the day, but we kind of got slowed down a little bit and we got by Crave Cornhole and decided to stop and play with the Twin Terras.
Yes, which is Crave is it in Concord?
I believe I think it's just inside Concord. I believe they bought an old armory, I think is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Lounge, listen to me. Here's the thing. It doesn't, because Toronto can't win in friggin', what do you call it? Hockey?
Anything.
Yeah, anything. But guess what? Montreal still has the most cups. Okay, Lounge? Most cups in NHL history. And don't give me the first 6 bullshit argument. Because we're still the greatest team ever. What?
If you talk about just, if you have to take out the 6, then one team has none.
Exactly. Sound like a Cowboys fan. Love you, Loungy. When are we playing together? All right, kids. Well, I have to go shut down a bar.
You do.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate this week that the bar that I've been playing at since 2016, 17, where I first started playing cornhole, tonight is their last night ever in their current location. So the Clatter and Lawrence close tonight. So they close at 1:00. So guess what? I convinced the wife that we're going to go do a little midnight stroll.
Oh,
Because guess what? No work tomorrow.
I have work tomorrow. I have to drive in circles.
So would Doug remind me to tell you a funny story about Albany when we get off here. But it's about driving in circles, and they were upset. But friends, honestly, thank you to everybody that has signed on and listened to me and Doug just talk about nonsense for the last 2.5, 3 months. And
we are like the Seinfeld of cornhole. It's a show about nothing.
Listen, no, it's about everything. We're man of the people. But Merry Christmas to everybody. Honestly, I've met some great friends on this program and, got to talk to you, get to see you through the Book of Face and through, StreamYard here. It's been amazing. So, thank you all, especially during, some of the times where I really didn't want to do this.
Well, and we've talked about that too. There's been numerous times where we've had long conversations where I'm like, you know what? I'm done. There's been BS away from the show with cornhole stuff, and it's just some of the idiots just drag you down, and it's and this is something like we hadn't done this a couple weeks, and I kind of messaged you. I'm not sure, was it this morning? I was like,
well, we can go back and forth.
I kind of need to do this, right? Because it's
like I had a really rough time with my dad, and me and you talked about this because you lost your dad a while ago. I kind of needed this to get back because at the beginning of the year, I had a really bad setback at the beginning of the year where I wasn't podcasting anymore. I wasn't doing any of this, right? And me and you kind of kept me in it by texting me, and we talked a lot, right, throughout this year, and it's rejuvenated me, Doug, to do more. So big announcement here. If anybody's still here, the Dogcast will return next year. So the Doghouse Cornhole Dogcast, maybe a little rebranding. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. But it will return next year. Talking about everything cornhole and life. So stay tuned. It's going to be amazing. But there still will be a very big collaboration with Doug, doing this and hanging out and having a great time, because the one thing I've learned about this game is family, and family is important. You can't pick your family, but you can throw bags with them.
Yep.
And that's what it's truly about, because sometimes when you just need to find your people, your tribe, sometimes it is about this game.
We're now full international. We have Daniel Turner, fresh off of the ACL Australia. He's probably just starting to settle down after the week he had. Probably doing a shoey.
That's a motorcycle helmet?
No, that's
that's
the drinking the beer out of the shoe.
Oh, that's so gross. What? Oh.
Mr. Turner.
Daniel, you got to come hang with us. We need to have an international cornhole summit, somewhere that's kind of in the middle, where we can all get together.
Your house.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm going to win the lottery this weekend, so I'm going to make the cornhole compound. And it might be somewhere in New England, because I love New England, but we'll find it, baby. We'll make it happen, that we can all get together. But honestly, thank you all for tuning in, because you're the ones that kept us going because there were times where I had to pick Doug up. There's times when Doug had to pick me up. But it's been this community that has helped us out and truly made it so that, we can just keep talking about this silly beanbag game.
And really, we talk about the Cornwall family, but we also we shit on the Ass Brothers sometimes, but we are a podcast family still.
Who?
Exactly.
No, I
but
love
Daniel Turner, put your name of your show. I have it on the tip of my tongue. I just can't say it. Put the name of your show. They do a podcast out of Australia talking about all of their stuff that they do down there. And
Daniel Turner,
in the comments.
I'll learn more about you, and I won't talk about, the U.S. cornhole either. I'll just talk about the game itself. The Aussie
that's it. The Aussie Bagger Show. They are on YouTube. They do a video show on YouTube. So go Daniel, and check them out.
What time is it with you right now?
I think it's more what day.
Is it? Yeah, are they tomorrow or are they?
Or is it yesterday?
Or are they forward, backwards? I'd love to know because guess what? I will wake up. Oh, it's 3:30 on Sunday, so they're ahead.
Yes.
So Daniel,
actually, you know what? Yeah, because when I did the show with them, I got off work and I went to the JC Cornhole compound and I did the show at like 2 a.m. my time, and it was like in the afternoon for them. So yeah.
But listen, anybody wants to talk, anyone wants to come on, just shoot Doug a message, and we can do more of this in the new year because this is so.
Maybe Daniel can help you win the lottery. He can see in the future. He's already
Daniel. Yeah, can you find me the numbers for the lottery tonight in Massachusetts? Yes,
Derek, we did talk. I did talk to Donnie about Tibbs Eve, and he even went and researched it right before we got on.
Derek, I had to Google it because I had to figure out what it was. I'm so in. I would love. I want to travel for Christmas in the next couple years. I've worked in retail for so long, and Christmas was so taboo for like doing anything that I now want to like. I've been doing retail for over 30 years. I now like it's time for me to friggin' take some time off and have some fun.
I want to see you dressed as a mummer. That's all I want to do.
We can discuss that. I need to research that more before we do it. But friends, thank you very much. Yep. Love you all. Thank you for all the support. We'll be doing some more big stuff in the new year.
Yeah, we're going to try to have some more guests on here. If it's not just another, I've got some ideas to have some other podcasters come in to kind of to kind of talk some more. To even have maybe Daniel come in and talk some Aussie stuff, and even see even some more of the guys from the States to come on because for me, I've always wanted to have be able to have the podcast guys be able to just kind of communicate because we talked about it before. My cousin does a show on YouTube as well for the for guitar stuff, and they're always getting together, collaborating, doing stuff and hangouts and that. And I think in order for us to really make cornhole grow, we need to do more of that there and not be, like kind of butting heads with each other. We need to try and get this guest. But yeah, Daniel, I know Daniel and I have done some stuff together before. We tried to hook up before the Open in Australia, but just timing just wasn't perfect for it. But we're going to do that stuff again. So yeah, just have fun throwing bags. You go get to your party. I'm going to get to bed because I got to drive circles in the morning. I'm gonna do left turns tomorrow. I did some left turns today and really messed some people up, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
All right, kids, love you all. Thank you all for coming on. All of you have a great, amazing year. Everybody that's supported this throughout the the last little bit we've been doing this. It's been amazing, and I look forward to hanging out with you all in the new year, whether it's virtually or at a tournament. And if you ever want to hit me up, I am on the Book of Face under the Voice of Cornhole, or my official name. Nobody calls me about my mother, Donald McPhee. I do have a blue check mark. Hit me up. Let's, we can figure out ways to collab and do some amazing things in the future. Especially, Doug, love you to death.
And remember, even though we don't have any snow up here in Canada. Right here, we have the little bit of snowdrift.